Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your love reading for August. We are almost halfway through, but it's going to be from now to the rest. And we're going to see who's coming towards you, the kind of energy you're in, and the person that's on your mind, plus Aries through Pisces. So I will look at each zodiac sign and see their thoughts, feelings, intentions, or any potential for the relationship or what the challenge is. And then if you stay to the end, I do a bonus yes, no. So if you have a question on your mind, so let's see what the dominant energy is for you in your relationships. Don't forget to say happy birthday to Leo if you want to win a personal reading. I do not know what I just did, so let's just give me a second. All right, there we go. All right, my Capricorns, my patient, loving, awesome Capricorns that are so forgiving and love me regardless of my mouth. And I love you guys. I see you all there. All right, so let's see what the dominant energy is. Your current energy in love, Capricorn. Let's see. Oh, the Page of Wands. Somebody's still wanting to keep the doorway open. Somebody still wanting to flirt. Somebody liking your attention. All right, so this is the overall energy underneath, right? We got the Wheel of Fortune. So something's still turning, something's still changing. All right, and there's also, let's tap into our singles out there, okay? Even if you're just trying to get with somebody, and, this here is a representation that there's something coming around for you. And it could even be a new energy, a new fiery energy, very playful, Aries, Leo, Sag, right? It could even be a fixed energy, right? Now, the Wheel of Fortune does say, well, it could be somebody coming back around to start some shit again, but it does show a turning point in that something is not completed. So let's see the energy. Look at this, the Knight of Swords. Somebody's got something to say to you, right? It could be a little bit of, it could be a little bit of defensive energy, coming in. Somebody's got, something to say to you. Somebody who either wants to get the conversation rolling, clear something up, talk things over, or just have some fun. This guy can have fun if they don't feel pressured, and things are going, their way, but there's a lot of action happening here. So we are seeing that there is a very fast, flirty energy coming your way. All right. Now, what are we going to do with this? This could come in, this could leave, this could be just fun, this could be fun times, take it or leave it. This could be a new person that you're talking to. I do have an air energy. All right, but this talks about, it could be a very argumentative person too. So somebody here that, you just got to be careful when you're talking to somebody this quickly and make sure you're reading between the lines, because this could be a fast talker. Now, maybe not. I tell you all of it. I give you all of it, right? You guys just got to pay attention. This is the energy that's coming towards you, kind of fast, and it can be fun, right? So both of those energies can, swipe you off your feet and everything's so fun and, everything's going good. And then all of a sudden you get sideswiped with an argument or with something that happens, and, you don't even know what the hell happened. Something takes a 180. That's why I get stuck on this guy here, because this guy here, can make you laugh in a second, but then make you cry the next. All right. So you got to be careful, with, just be prepared. That's all. I'm here to prepare you. All right. So your energy, Ace of Pentacles. So you're ready for something good. You're ready for something solid. So you're showing up as the Ace of Pentacles, which is, look, I want a real opportunity here, divine. All right. So let's talk about this before this fool comes in. I'm looking for something serious. I'm looking for the gateway down to, the 10 of Pentacles here. I'm tired of playing games with people that just want to flirt. But you like the fun shit too. So you do want that fun, spicy, flirty energy as well. And, so just pay attention to the red flags. But it does look like there's an opportunity coming your way. You are giving off a good energy. because this card here, Ace of Pentacles, this says you're a golden ticket, you know, but you don't want to be somebody's golden ticket or a freeloader coming in, right? Like, I'm just trying to protect you. It's the mood I'm in today. All right. So we are seeing, though, you are giving off a very fine, very valuable energy. Somebody's looking at you going, you know, you are definitely somebody who knows your worth. You know, maybe they do want to come in and, maybe they were second guessing things. Maybe they chose too quickly, or things went too fast between the two of you, or they ran past you and forgot to say hello, you know, and now they're looking around and going, where the hell are you? You know, you're looking good to this person that's coming towards you. So what's the challenge that you've been, you know, facing or might be facing with this person? All right. And we're seeing the Three of Swords. Are you dealing with the little heartbreaker? This card drives me crazy. But, you know, you get it, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody's coming in as Don Juan to break your heart, you know. But it could be somebody coming in that may have said something, or there was some disappointment between the two of you, or something was said, or something was not said, and there was a little bit of space or uncertainty that created some distance between the two of you, but it doesn't look like it feels really good. And now it looks like you could have somebody coming back in saying, you know, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe I was being irrational. Maybe I was being impulsive. All right. Maybe I was being a jackass. You know, this guy can be one. He's fun, but he can be one. Right. So I can be defensive. I can be on guard. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, that was one of my favorite. They're talking about the collab I did the other day with Archer's Astrology. And I do have to admit that that was one of the most fun ones I've ever done. Seven of Pentacles is your person's energy. So it looks like you've got somebody thinking, you know what, I don't want to be an idiot. I'm a fool to not see where this is going to go. All right. So it looks like I am picking up on a situation where, you know, somebody's looking at their life. Somebody's taking a look at the situations they've been getting into and saying, you know, I'm not quite where I thought I was going to be, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going, but I know that there's got to be something better out there. And that's why I've got them looking at you with that Ace of Pentacles, and they're at the Seven of Pentacles. So it looks like they're starting to take things seriously. And they're sitting there going, you know, maybe I need to rethink. You know, I have a feeling something started going down the wrong road with the two of you, right? Maybe something got started, and then all of a sudden there was some whining or fussing over who does what, who says what, who didn't call when, and, you know, things like that. You know, there's some learning curves, but it looks as though, you know, maybe things came to a halt, you know, too soon, and this person is regretting it. So they're sort of reviewing, you know, maybe we don't want to stop this too soon. We want to see where this goes. You know, Seven of Pentacles. I'm starting to see that, you know, see clearly that there's still an opportunity here for us to really grow with one another, and you're a wise investment. You know, so I might have acted kind of impulsively, but it's given me time to think. So I am seeing, you know, overall here, it's about patience with one another. And I know that word's a tricky word and can be a triggering word. So be careful with who you're giving your patience to. I'm not a very patient person. So when I say patience, believe me, it's coming from a place of value. It's not coming from a place of, all right, I don't have to learn any other lessons at this age on patience. All right. So I am seeing here the Seven of Pentacles, though. It does look as though things could still be moving forward with the two of you guys. But something did happen. You know, this Three of Swords, a wrench got thrown in the situation and created some disturbance. Now, what I like about the Three of Swords, it's not the Ten of Swords, but it does say, hey, there's a red flag here. So we need to take a look at what was causing this pain, because this isn't going to go away, guys. I mean, I can see this, you know, and it's like we can't just skirt past this. You know, we've got to talk about this. We got to make sure we're on the same page here and our intentions are clear. Now, it looks, according to the cards, what I see, that intentions look like, I want to commit to this. I want to work something out. I want to see where something goes with you. All right. But we definitely have to take a look here at what caused this little friction, because I'm telling you, it'll bite you in the ass later. That's what retrogrades are when they come in. They show us what we were tucking, or what we were like, oh, we'll let it fly by this time. Well, how many times are you going to let something fly by? All right, so what do they want? And I am getting the 7 of Wands. So it does look like they want to speak some peace with you. Again, I am seeing a very defensive energy, which tells me that you guys have something to say to one another. All right, there might be some walls up, you know, very protective barriers. Like, you put me on guard. Maybe you said something, or maybe I misunderstood you and I said something and I overreacted. All right, so we are getting this, but I'm ready to speak my truth, and I definitely want to get something off my chest, is what I'm getting. I've had time to think. So it could even be your person that got hurt by you and is saying, look, you know, there's boundaries here. We both need some boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're looking for that Ace of Pentacles, right? You want somebody who understands your boundaries and vice versa. All right, so why is all this happen? What are you meant to learn from this? And I love this. You got the Queen of Wands here. All right, Capricorn, you are the fire. You are, you know, you are ambitious. You get what you want. This is about confidence. All right, but also it's about control, right? Self-control, and also leaning back a little bit. Now, you are the Queen of Wands, so you can be possibly, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, you know what you want. You know what your heart wants. You go after it. You get it, right? But you're also very much, you know, I'm in control. I demand, I get, I go, and, you know, and I assert myself, right? And with this 7 of Wands here, it's showing you to have confidence in yourself, but also create boundaries as well. And the Queen of Wands is also, she doesn't budge for anything either. She knows her worth. And I do feel like this relationship, this reading, is showing you how to even take back your power, right? Take back your power. Don't let somebody make you lose your shit. And watch, they're still coming back to you. You don't really, the Queen of Wands manifests, doesn't have to take action unless she knows you got to go for it, right? But I feel like you may have been feeling some disappointment, and this is going to show you where, you know, boundaries and a person coming back, and somebody is realizing through space with you that maybe I did overreact. Who knows, you know? And so any guidance from spirit? I see the 9 of Wands. You're stressing about it too much, right? The 9 of Wands. You've been down this road before. How many times? How many more times are you going to go down it? You know, this is Mama Frankie talking here. I mean, how many times are you going to worry about the same shit that you worried about before? It's like, after a while, it's like, turn on the TV and just sit back and be like, you know, this happens all the time. You know, let this one play out. Let's see what happens. But for some reason, something keeps triggering you here with that 3 of Swords. It's that initial shock, that initial pain of separation that triggers our, you know, our pains from the past, our hurts, right? So let's see Aries through Pisces for you. But I'm going to get an oracle real quick for you, and then I'm going to go into Aries through Pisces. Now, for zodiacs, I do see fire. I do see air for you. So we are seeing passion, and we're seeing communication. So we're seeing 2 people who may elevate, especially with the 7 of Wands. So when you're getting into an argument, you guys may get very passionate. Your person may get very passionate, and it starts to become, look, I'm Italian and I'm from a really loud Irish Italian family. It's who can one up each other, who can get louder than the other, who can be outsmart the other. But it gets very intense when you guys start going at each other. All right. And this is where we need to stay grounded. All right. So let's see. All right, let's get one more oracle, then I'll dive into the Aries through Pisces. And a new perspective, studying and learning one another. So this really does seem like a phase. It's like it's the beginning, it's the learning curve, right? It's all right. Even if this is a relationship you've been in for a while, this is a learning curve. This is somebody that is like, all right, come on, we keep going at this over and over and over. We've got to see things differently. We got to figure out how to not do this same BS again. All right. So this does seem like a new perspective is being shown to you, and you're about to see somebody come around and show you that not everything's always going to turn out the way you think it is. All right. Let's do Aries through Pisces. All right, where's my cards? All right, I'm excited about membership too. I know, I did, Angel. So observant. I did. All right, I'm excited about membership too. I am. I've been preparing for it. It's my first go at this one, guys. So show me some love. It's just stuff I've always talked about, but I put it into a course on how to manifest love and how to deal with your triggers, because that's what I'm all about. I'm not about trying to fix you, heal you, tell you what to do. I'm about controlling triggers so you can control what's going on in your situation. So you can, it's kind of manipulative, but it's manipulative in a healthy way. All right. Let's see. We're going to look at their thoughts, feelings, intentions, any possibilities, any messages for you as well. Oh, yeah. All right, let me put the banner up, and Aries through Pisces. All right, let's see. All right, so if you're connected with an Aries, guys, this is, thoughts. Oh, you get the Wheel of Fortune with an Aries. So the Page of Pentacles was also an Aries. The Page of Wands was also an Aries energy too. So you really do have a strong fire energy around you. Now, obviously an Aries is like, all right, you're golden, right? You're the King of Pentacles. I see stability with you. I want stability with you. But, you might be dealing with an Aries that can be somewhat a little bit immature at times, right? Or they just think everything's fun and games, and they might think you're too serious, right? But you guys got lessons to learn with each other. Seems like they're on their way to return or coming towards you. You guys will get past whatever it is that you guys are dealing with. I need a little more time, right? So with a little bit of time, this person figuring out, you get the Saturn energy. We're seeing discipline, some delays, and definitely some tests between you and an Aries energy. Taurus, we're seeing Knight of Swords. So Taurus is coming around all BS bullshit. Terry. You guys, I don't mean to pull you in, but I got a lot of Capricorns in here. And so the storylines will go all over the place. And I don't know sometimes who is who and what is going on, but sometimes I do. And, it's like we got somebody here all pissed off. You hit a nerve. But it's telling me here, you know what this is telling me? Again, Terry, and I am on your side. Look at this, Queen of Pentacles. All right, this is telling me, come on, get over it. This is spilt milk. All right, this is yesterday's news. All right, but your Taurus here is defensive and very guarded, and it looks like, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. So definitely between the two of you, and we're seeing abandonment issues being triggered with you. All right, so you don't like, you're Queen of Pentacles. You don't want somebody to walk away from you. You don't like that. All right, you're like, Taurus, yes, I know this is Taurus for her. I know her sign. And they're totally into you, but you're showing up as boss, and you've got Taurus energy too. So you are showing up as stubborn as well too. All right, so both of you. Look at this. You got a Taurus that says, I'm so sorry. I've got your back. I'm always trying. Whenever I can tell somebody really, really needs it, you got it. All right. So you're so close to achieving your goal. You're kind of going through, it says some tweaking needs to be done. All right. So there's just, Taurus are fixed energy. They can be very stubborn, and you're more easy to change, adapt, and move forward and get over something. Well, you're up against a test. Yeah, now get over it, right? Tell them get their ass over it. Gemini, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. All right, and the Knight of Wands. So there's some difference in pace here, though. You can see you're the Knight of Wands. You're like, let's go, right? And we got the Ten of Pentacles here in the middle. So it seems like it's about commitment between the two of you. And I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles. You know, that your person, your Gemini, still got their eye on you. They're very cautious. All right. If there's anybody they would invest in it, they've got their eye on you. The Ten of Pentacles shows they're looking at putting some work into this and can see long term with you. So what's there? I find you incredibly attractive. So Gemini is obviously can't seem to find anybody that's more attractive than you. And I see nothing is set in stone, so stay flexible. Things are unstable right now, but something is definitely changing between you and a Gemini. And yes, Capricorns are stubborn, but I really don't think as stubborn as a you'll go only so far. You'll go only so far. You'll be like, all right, I'm out here. Same with it. All right, Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles for a Cancer, and Ace of Cups, all right? So you've got some feelings for a Cancer, you know, but they're still conflicted about commitment, so keep that in mind. All right, the Five of Swords, right? They're coming in this energy. It seems a little bit, you know, like, what are you saying? What are you really saying? What do you really want? So it looks like you're being open and honest about your feelings, but you've got a Cancer that's kind of still being, you know, wishy-washy, right? You deserve better than me is what a Cancer is saying. I'm seeing low resources. This person kind of drains your energy. You know, something is changing. There could be a renewal coming in, a new beginning, but you are dealing with somebody who's still kind of in the darkness and still dealing with maybe depression or anxiety. Leo, 10 of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Oh, you stress the shit out of a Leo. All right, but they got love for you and they desire you. So it looks like you guys are destined to be together and you guys are learning each other. All right, so this is a learning period and there's some challenges that you are having with a Leo. All right, but their love for you or their feelings are growing, right? But you're boss, right? And you're stressing them out, but it looks as though they're going to pull through, you know, and make this work. Virgo, Ace of Wands, the Fool card, and you, the Six of Pentacles. So they're coming in to make an offer, right? They're looking like this. There's potential here, but the Fool card says, you know, I'm not sure exactly where things are going. So you have a Virgo that's kind of like carefree and like, all right, let's just see what's up. I'm kind of independent. I'm just beginning this. All right. But I do see some jealousy and possessiveness that could interfere. And it could be because of this lax energy of I do things when I want to do things. And I do see Cancer energy. So there's something about, you know, they feel at home with you, but they do kind of go all over the place with their moods, and it could confuse you. Libra, the Justice card, the Magician card, and the Judgment card. So it looks like Libra trying to be real with you. It looks like they kind of go, well, for a minute feeling like you judge them and they're very attracted to you. But, you know, the Justice card, they're just trying to be real. They're trying to keep things real, and they may even owe you an apology for something, right? But it does look like they're showing up and they're committed. You know, I don't think they're playing games with you, but the Judgment card, they could feel judged by you at times. I do have sexual fantasies about you. And this story has yet to even unfold. So it looks like, you know, divine's at play here. It's sort of out of your hands. Scorpio is the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Moon card. So you're waiting on a Scorpio, and they're kind of making you wait, all right? They're on the fence here. They're either dealing with a serious betrayal or breakup, and they're like, do I want to still deal with this person that's in my life, or do I want to move on and move to you? Or if you're the one, the Ten of Swords, you and a Scorpio have been dealing with some BS or some really bad betrayal, all right, they're on the fence, but for some reason they're still being pulled to you because you both, either you want it, you both want it, you have some sort of pull towards one another. But, you know, and I got soulmate energy here, but you guys have a lot to work, you know, to deal with here. Either somebody's still healing from something, or you both are healing from each other. But you're meant to fulfill your divine contract with the Scorpio. And we have Sagittarius, King of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Four of Wands. You've got an Aquarius, women, a Sagittarius over here going, ooh, I think about you. So if they're kind of seeming detached or withdrawn, let them be. They're fantasizing about a commitment with you. You know, you may want them home or be ready for them to be home. And, you know, you just got, they're being aloof. Let Sag do their thing. They're coming back around. Can we start over is what I got. And I'm seeing allowing things to just be, because energies are attracting. You guys are attracted to one another, but you are a little different. So if there's a tempers involved, we've got to pull back a little bit, but we are seeing potential to grow with Sagittarius. Capricorn, we have Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess, and the Two of Cups. So Cap, either you have a secret admirer, you have somebody here, very another Capricorn, very earthy energies, got their eyes on you. They may be breaking the silence, communicating with you. You know, if they've pulled away their energy, either they're fighting whether or not they want to be single or in a relationship, but it looks like you might win. It's saying this is the end. You may be thinking this is the end. And I am seeing home and family and roots, though. So you guys, there's a lot of pressure on the two of you, but there's a personal foundation that you guys have already built with one another. You may be taking space, but you may find yourself still communicating and finding a way back together. Aquarius, the Emperor card, the Hierophant, and the Hanged Man. So you're waiting on an Aquarius, and it looks as though, you know, either they're married or they're contemplating whether they want to be in a commitment, and they've got you kind of hanging there. So it's still a little bit uncertain here. Things are kind of up in the air when it comes to an Aquarius. Secrets and deception. So you take it from there. If you already know that they have a relationship or something like that, but don't go digging, you know, where you don't want, if there's nothing there, you know, it's tarot. I'm seeing Capricorn energy. They seem to be very serious about you. And Pisces, we're seeing King of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. You're stressing out about a Pisces, but it looks like Pisces, you know, is feeling really bad, you know, stressing out about how they're stressing you out. There's a lot of toxic energy going on between the two of you when it comes to, you know, responsibilities or communication. But it looks like they have things, either there's somebody else in their life or they have other responsibilities, and they can't seem to make things work. I do see a new start coming in. Universe put them in your path for a reason. And I am seeing this was just a fling. So another one, you got to kind of take it for what it is. If it was a fling between the two of you and they're in another relationship, this could be why there's this disagreement here, this negative energy. All right, let's see. Aries, I mean, yes or no. And yes, Scorpio is very stubborn. So you are correct, but it's a fixed energy. So a lot of the fixed energies are very stubborn. But I would say, in my experience, because I'm a Scorpio, I'm going to put everybody else first. I would say the most stubborn is Taurus, and then I think Aquarius, and then Leo, and then Scorpio. You know, I don't know. Aquarius, I think Aquariuses are very smart. And so they're known to be very, very intelligent. And so why would they be wrong? So why would they admit they were wrong? You know, or it'd probably be very stubborn, very hard for them to see somebody else's perspective. All right. I have the Star card. I have Aquarius here as I was saying that. All right. So I am seeing yes for you. Uranus is showing up, and I'm seeing, hey, be prepared for anything. You know, Uranus can come in and you think something's going one way, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get shocked because it turns out totally different than you even expected. All right. All right. I'm glad you agree with me. All right. Aqua's always right. See, we got a rising in here saying that. And I had a friend who was a detective. I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, and he'll debate with you and make you feel like he's really listening to your perspective, but he's, you know, being kind. But I'm sure when it came down to it, the decision was already made before he even had the conversation. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to get prepared for membership. Like I said, it's just it's a recorded beginning, and I'll be stopping it here and there to talk to you guys. It's a setup and intro to what is going to be coming, and then you can always go back to it and do it on your own time if you really want to go with it. If there's so much more that I want to add to this, and there's so many corners I can go. This is, I mean, so many avenues I can go, but this is the way I felt would be the best way for me to start this. So, but so there's more, it'll go more in depth. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.